7 crazy old Hollywood star diets you will not believe. Number 1. There is a strange stillness in the old Hollywood dressing room. A single bulb buzzes above a mirror rimmed with powder, rouge, and half-used cold cream jars. On the vanity sits a lone plate, 1 lamb chop and a slice of pineapple, sweating under the glare. Beyond the door, a studio backlot hums with rolling dollies and shouted cues. But here, in this cramped little room where a star prepares to become an icon, there is only hunger. Because behind every radiant frame of old Hollywood glamour was a truth the spotlight never revealed. The stars were starving, on raw eggs, on grapefruit, on black coffee, on week-long cleanses and miracle fads dreamed up by studios and self-proclaimed nutrition prophets who promised perfection if the stars would surrender their plates and their appetites. Tonight, we step inside that hidden world. 7 stars, 7 diets, 7 stories of glitter bought at the price of hunger. And by the time we reach number 1, you will never watch The Wizard of Oz the same way again. Number 7, Nita Naldi and the Lamb Chop and Pineapple Plan. The silent era to food torture. She was the queen of smoldering stares in the 1920s, the silent film vamp draped in beads and mystery. But when producers whispered that she had filled out, Nita Naldi turned to a plan fan magazines hailed as miraculous. The rules were painfully simple. Breakfast, black coffee and pineapple. Lunch, 1 broiled lamb chop and pineapple. Dinner, 2 lamb chops and 2 slices of pineapple. Nothing more. Imagine the monotony, the sour sweetness of pineapple, over and over. The heavy lamb that never quite satisfied, Naldi reportedly lost weight quickly, but at a cost. Dizzy spells. Weakness, a hollowed-out tiredness that set in behind the eyes. Still, she persisted, because every star did. And if lamb fat and fruit acid sound like punishment, brace yourself. The next legend attempted something even stranger and far lonelier. Number 6, Greta Garbo and the All-Spinach Cleanse. The goddess of silence and the apostle of raw foods, Greta Garbo guarded her privacy like a priceless relic. On screen, she was untouchable. Off-screen, she was quietly waging a battle with her own body. Enter Gaylord Hauser, the charismatic nutrition guru to the stars. He preached fasting, raw juices, and what he called youth foods. Drawing Hollywood's elite into his orbit, Garbo became one of his most devoted followers. One story, whispered for decades, says she once lived on nothing but spinach for 3 relentless weeks after a studio executive commented on her weight. Picture her in a dim apartment, her famous profile lit by a single lamp, lifting forkfuls of cooked spinach night after night. No butter, no salt. Just endless plates of green leaves meant to purify her from the inside out. It did not break her career, but it forged something new in Hollywood. The belief that hunger was a form of discipline, and vegetables were the path to preserving beauty. But while Garbo ate greens in silence, the next star turned dieting into a full lifestyle crusade. Number 5, Gloria Swanson and the No-Sugar Revolution. The original wellness influencer. Long before modern influencers swore off sugar, Gloria Swanson was already leading the charge. By the 1920s, she had transformed herself into Hollywood's first health food apostle. She avoided alcohol, processed food, and above all, sugar, which she believed corrupted the body from within. While her peers clinked glasses at the hottest nightclubs, Swanson sipped vegetable broth or ate grains and steamed vegetables with a serene sense of mission. She created her own austere recipes, wrote about natural foods, and evangelized a lifestyle built on purity. Her choices were not dangerous, just rigid, but they shifted the way Hollywood viewed dieting. Restraint became a virtue in itself, and purity became a performance. But if Swanson's discipline was a quiet revolution, the next craze would become a storm that swept through every studio in town. Number 4. The Hollywood Grapefruit or 18-Day Diet. The starvation fad that captivated the studios. Before cabbage soup plans, before juice detoxes. There was the grapefruit diet, often called the Hollywood diet or the 18-Day Diet. It promised to melt fat simply by eating half a grapefruit before every meal. The rules were severe. Carbohydrates nearly forbidden. Sugar outlawed. Meals restricted to meat, eggs, and a few vegetables. Daily calories cut to a near-starvation level. Actresses walked around sets with grapefruit halves wrapped in napkins, scraping every last bite before stepping under the lights. Some said it made their skin glow. Others quietly fainted between takes. This diet was the first time Hollywood packaged deprivation as glamour, a secret ritual that seemed effortless on screen, even as hunger gnawed beneath the costumes. But while grapefruit denied the body, our next star fed hers with a strange mix of raw eggs and rebellion. Number 3. Marilyn Monroe's raw egg milkshake and hot fudge habit. The bombshell with the oddest breakfast in Hollywood. Marilyn Monroe embodied effortless beauty. Yet in 1952 she revealed her daily diet and surprised the world. Every morning she warmed a glass of milk, cracked 2 raw eggs into it, whipped it with a fork, and drank it before heading to the studio. It was her own rough version of a protein shake. Dinner was broiled steak, lamb chops, or liver served with raw carrots. Heavy protein, minimal vegetables, and strict simplicity. And then came her unapologetic indulgence. Marilyn adored hot fudge sundaes and often stopped at an ice cream parlor for one at lunchtime. She claimed it did not matter because she ate almost totally protein foods. It was strange. It was inconsistent. It was undeniably Marilyn. A body built on discipline and dessert, defying expectations in every direction. But if Marilyn embraced her contradictions, the next legend fought her weight with a whirlwind of recipes so chaotic they bordered on culinary mythology. Number 2. Elizabeth Taylor's peanut butter steak and weekly pig-out days. The violet-eyed queen of diet chaos. Elizabeth Taylor lived her life in extremes, passionate love affairs, soaring triumphs, and public struggles with her weight. In the 1980s, she released a book called Elizabeth Takes Off, sharing the diets she used to reclaim control. The recipes were unforgettable. Steak tucked into bread with peanut butter, cottage cheese mixed with sour cream and poured over fruit, tuna blended with grapefruit and tomatoes bound together with mayonnaise. 6 days a week she followed strict, low-calorie eating. But on the 7th day, she allowed herself what she called a pig-out day, indulging in everything she craved, from fried chicken to mashed potatoes. It was messy, emotional, completely human. A star trying to make peace with her body in a world that had always scrutinized it. But while Elizabeth could choose her own foods, the final entry on our list had no choice at all. Her diet was not a regimen, it was a command. Number 1, Judy Garland and the studio's deadly diet. Chicken soup, black coffee, and 80 cigarettes. Picture a 16-year-old Judy Garland on the set of The Wizard of Oz, singing about a place where troubles melt like lemon drops. The world remembers her innocence, her sweetness, her voice. What the world did not see was the pressure crushing her behind the scenes. Studio executives called her a little pig and insisted she lose weight. To keep her thin and working long hours, they placed her on a diet of chicken soup, sometimes only broth. Paired with endless cups of black coffee to dull her appetite, they forbade real meals. They watched what she ate. They controlled who she saw and how much she slept. And then came the pills, stimulants to keep her awake, tranquilizers to make her sleep, cigarettes to suppress hunger, a cycle that began when she was barely a teenager and shadowed her for the rest of her life. Judy Garland's diet was not a choice. It was coercion. And it carved wounds that followed her into adulthood, contributing to the addiction struggles that ultimately ended her life at 47. The girl who floated down the yellow brick road was held up not by magic but by caffeine, nicotine, and the crushing weight of studio demands. The price of perfection. 7 diets, 7 stars, 7 glimpses into a world where glamour was purchased with hunger. From lamb chops and pineapple to lonely plates of spinach, from grapefruit rituals to raw egg concoctions, from peanut butter steak to cups of black coffee held by trembling hands, old Hollywood perfected the art of disguising suffering as beauty. Each era repackaged the same promise: lose 10 pounds and earn a contract, lose 5 pounds and land a close-up, lose yourself and become immortal. Some stars experimented with eccentric routines, others endured systems that harmed them profoundly, and all of it shaped the images we still adore on screen. So the next time you watch an old Hollywood classic and marvel at a star's effortless glow, remember the hidden hunger behind it, remember the cost, and remember that real beauty has never required suffering. Which of these wild diets shocked you the most? And which star's hidden story should we explore next? Enjoy the movies, but never eat like the stars did. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and comment down below, as it helps support this channel. Also, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to get notified of our newest videos. Thanks for watching.